all you need to know. The Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Brought to you by Small Cases. Invest in ready-made portfolios created by professionals.
Good morning. You're listening to the Daily Morning Update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 18th of October. It's also Friday. Here's everything that you need to know at the end of the week. First up, news from back home. A group of secretaries will meet today to consider cutting the government's holding below 51% in at least 8 public sector companies, a person familiar with the matter has told Bloomberg Quint, as the Modi government is looking to bridge the budget gap. Among the firms to be considered for the strategic sale are the nation's largest fuel refiner retailer, Indian Oil Corporation, and the biggest power producer, NTPC. The other companies on the list include Bharat Electronics, BEML, MOIL, Engineers India, GAIL India, and NALCO. Domestic air passenger traffic this September increased by just 1.18% over the same month last year, according to data released by the DGCA yesterday. The Indian government is considering building 30 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity along the desert on the western border, known for its sunny, windy and arid expanse, according to people familiar with the plan. That's a Bloomberg story, and that's available on the website bloombergquint.com. In the real estate space, Blackstone Group and Indian developer K. Raheja Group have selected more banks for an initial public offering of their joint commercial property portfolio, which will be offered in the form of a real estate investment trust, or REIT. In earnings, Dewan Housing Finance Corporation reported a loss for the second straight quarter as the struggling mortgage lenders' assets shrank because of loans sales. Net loss stood at 215.5 crore in the first quarter ended June, according to its exchange filing. The stressed non-bank lender had delayed its earnings, remember. It reported a net profit of 429 crore rupees in the April to June quarter of 2018 and a loss of 2,475 crore in the quarter ended March. Zee Entertainment Enterprises reported its second quarter results, and its profit fell below analyst estimates as it provided for loans extended to related parties. The company recognized exceptional losses of 171 crore rupees during the quarter due to, among other things, a delay in payments of inter-corporate deposits assigned to related parties. But that's not the company's only worry. Its cash flows have declined and receivables have shot up. Look at the fine print on the website bloombergquint.com. Let's talk about international news now. Turkey has agreed to a 5-day temporary pause of military operations in Syria that could be extended if Kurdish fighters, formerly allied with America, leave the border region, according to U.S. Vice President Mike Pence, who spoke about this yesterday. On a hastily arranged visit to Ankara, Pence said that the immediate ceasefire will last 120 hours, speaking at a press conference following about 5 hours of talks with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Turkey, on the other hand, said that the one-page accord wasn't a ceasefire but a pause, with Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu boasting that Turkey has gotten what it wanted from the US. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson faces his biggest battle yet, the UK Parliament. Johnson's Brexit deal with the European Union was barely agreed before it ran into trouble at home, as his Northern Irish allies in Parliament said that they could not support it. Before Brexit, observers had time to fully understand the agreement with the European Union. Johnson's aides back in London began trying to shore up support needed to get the plan through Parliament, where he does not have majority. The pound sterling rallied sharply on the news of the agreement between the UK and the EU before dropping again as the scale of the remaining challenge became clear. In international markets, US averages gained with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 rising 0.4 and 0.3% respectively. The Dow ended little changed, having gained just under 0.1%. This morning, stocks in the Asia-Pacific region are trading mostly positive. 2 of the 3 early rises were in the green last I checked. The Australian benchmark was losing about 0.5%. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. Global cues are muted at this point of time. The SGX Nifty is also indicating a muted outlook. But Reliance Industries will report numbers today, and along with Reliance as ICICI Lombard General Insurance, L&T Finance Holdings, L&T Technology Services, Ambuja Cement, Sundaram Clayton and CDSL, which will also report numbers. Now the big number after market hours yesterday was Zee Entertainment. The results were in line with estimates. The PAT miss was due to an exceptional loss of 171 crores pertaining to ICDs to related parties. The ad revenues growth remained subdued while the subscription revenues grew 19%. The operating cash flow turned negative and the cash flow was not reviewed by the auditor. Now the fixed deposit of 200 crores was adjusted by the bank against dues from related parties, and there is a delay in receivables from Dish TV and City Cable, which obviously will weigh on the stock today. Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan and MK have cut the target price, while CLSA has raised the target price on the stock. L&T Infotech, the results were in line with estimates. Revenues up 3.5%, profit up 1.2% and EBIT was up 0.7% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. BFS vertical, which is almost 27% of the revenues, that showed weakness with flat sequential growth. Most other verticals posted strong performance. The margin was better than expected despite a wage hike quarter, and they have acquired 100% stake in PowerUp Cloud Technologies for $15 million. Cyient results were also in line with estimates. Revenues up 6.5%, profit up 9.5%, EBIT up 13%. The DLF business and the turnaround in the company's services business aided revenue. The margin growth on cost optimization, higher volumes and operational efficiencies, and services and communication vertical are yet to recover from client-specific issues. Jai Bharat Maruti, we've seen all what's happening in the auto space. So revenues were down 25%, profit down almost 77% and EBITDA down almost 38% given the slowdown in the auto space. South Indian Bank, NII was up 15%, PAT up 20%. The asset quality was stable. DHFL also announced the first quarter numbers. The net interest income is down 75%. The net loss is at 215 crores versus a profit of 429 crores last time around. Also, there are some bit of auditor concerns on the financials. In terms of other stocks, Cipla has acquired the novel and patented anti-infective product Eloris from Venus Remedies. Aviation stocks will be in focus. The aviation industry passenger growth stood at 1% growth. Indigo's air passenger growth was at 13%, which is the slowest in the last 22 months. SpiceJet's air traffic grew 25%, which is the slowest in the last 4 months. Indigo has increased its market share to 48%, while SpiceJet's market share has dropped to 14.7%. Indiabulls Housing has offered redemption of NCDs of November and December at par. United Spirits will be in focus. The peer Pernod Ricard, the India division, showed weak growth in the first quarter. Macro slowdown and the impact of floods in Maharashtra and Haryana impacted the financial, and the management has indicated growth moderation for India business in FY20. Remember, for the past 2 years, Pernod has been growing at a much faster pace than United Spirits. Alicon Castalloy, they have been awarded at 810 crore multi-year contract from JLR, Daimler, Samsung and Mahle. Nosil has started trial run towards the manufacture of rubber chemicals at the company's plant in Dahej. And finally, in brokerages, ICICI Securities has initiated on Metropolis Healthcare with a target price of 1365. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you guys for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day and an even better weekend ahead.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.